Thrasher Chronicles, the song. So I remember sitting there at my father's funeral, watching the person speak who was talking right before I was supposed to. And I kept hoping he'd keep talking because I'm sitting there inside crumbling. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't do this. I can't do this. And on the right side of me, my girlfriend actually made the comment, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. And then a minute later, my Uncle Matt, who must have known I was dying inside, he puts his hand on my leg and leans down in my ear and he goes, Jeff, you can do this. It became my turn to talk, and I slowly stood up and walked down the aisle and across the room full of people. I didn't realize a funeral could have so many people in one place. I got up and I hadn't prepared anything to talk about. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I just knew what song I wanted to play afterwards. I started talking about how I'd never seen my father cry. You know, most boys don't see that. And I talked about this day that I was at work when I was working at the antique store. And at this point in time, my father and I weren't getting along well when this day happened. And I was standing there working and this country song came on. And this guy starts talking about when he was a boy, how he saw this Mustang and how he had heard they always fly. Now he wished that his father and him could get it and fix it up and work together on it. And how it never happened, and eventually his father and him grew different ways. And then when his father passed away, that he wound up giving him a car, the Mustang he'd always hoped for. My dad had a 1965 GT Mustang. As I sat there and listened to that song, I was realizing I didn't want my father and I to turn out that way. I didn't want us to grow in different paths. And so I left work that day and I went and bought that CD. And I went back home. It was late. And I wrote a note to my dad saying, Dad, all you gotta do is hit play on the CD player. Listen to this song. I don't want this to happen to us. And I love you. Well, that morning he got up and he didn't have an opportunity to play it. So he came home later that day and my sister Sarah was there. And she said that he played the song and that she sat there with him while he played it. And I said, what'd he say? What'd he say when it ended? She said he didn't say anything. He just took his glasses off and wiped the tears from his eyes. And that was the day that I broke my father, the rock that I'd always known. That something so simple as a song and a note from his son saying, Dad, I love you. Please don't let us turn out this way, could break my father. I'm not saying that everything went rosy right after that. We still had ups and downs. But that was a path that started my father and I becoming friends again. And so the day that I buried him, I considered him one of my best friends. I talked for probably half an hour, 40 minutes at the funeral. I just kept rambling because I didn't know how to shut up. And I didn't want to hear that song because I knew once that song started, I was going to fall apart. I eventually made my way down from behind the pew, and I walked over and I put my hand on his chest, on his hand. And I said goodbye as they started playing this song.
Boy, I love to have that car, I whispered to my dad. I've always heard a Mustang flies. We could fix it up and make it new again. All it needs is just a little time.
I miss you, Dad. I'll always love you.